Immigration is one of your main issues that you're raising. Having a London red bus, which is a symbol of Britain in a lot of people's minds, is that the right way of going about tackling the issue?
Well, I expect it is, but it's just to raise attention, really. I mean, we do it with a horse and cart if we got one. The issue of immigration is, in fact, to do again with the European Union, because we have open borders with the European Union. 26 states can send anybody here, or anybody can come from there to here without any control whatsoever.
These national big issues, are they detracting from tackling local issues for people actually living here?
But immigration is a local issue, and there are many other local issues here that are influenced by the EU.
Do you feel people are nervous about discussing immigration?
Not at all. No, they discuss it very happily because they know it's got nothing to do with race. In any case, you can't tell a Pole from an English person.
But at the same time, talking about limiting people coming into the country, it's something that the BNP have always talked about as well.
Who are the BNP? Don't know them.
Right, are you in danger of being seen as a BNP light?
I'm sorry, the BNP. Sorry, don't know them. Don't talk about things that I don't. If they're on race issues and we're not, I'm sorry.
But you both got the controlling borders.
We are both, are we? We are against regulation from Brussels, which includes the fact that we are forced to have...
But your number one point on your campaign literature is controlling borders.
Because that's the number one point on... Yes, of course it is, you're absolutely right.
And that is a crossover with the BNP?
No, it isn't. They are nothing to do with us at all. We've got nothing to do with them. We have all sorts of other points in our leaflets.
Imagine somebody who's living in Crewe is watching this video. What can you offer them if they're living locally?
The post office is back. The waste collection's back, and the fact that we would limit the number of people coming into the country because they'd be on work permits. We can't cope with those numbers, and yet the EU insists...
Once again, you're talking about national issues rather than something just...
This is absolutely a local issue. How many times do I have to tell you? We've got 14,000 Poles in Crewe and Nantwich. How can you say that's not a local issue? People still vote along tribal lines, and they think they have to get rid of the Conservatives or get rid of the Labour. They don't know why.
How do you see your chances in this by-election?
Well, we always will be squeezed out by people with no brains who vote for Tweedledum and Tweedledee. They've got to look at the issues and decide whether or not they want their country back. I know I'm not going to win this election, but this is a stepping stone. Unless people start to understand that their country is being stolen and cry, we want our country back, which is what they should be saying, we want our country back, then they'll never understand. They've got to realise that these parties are giving it away to the EU and taking the money.
So if people do vote Conservative or Labour, have they got no brains?
I should say that whichever cross they put on those two, it won't matter. So they haven't made a decision, they may as well do it blindfold.